Jahao. The developing world, or the global south, has seen astonishing improvement since the end of the Cold War and the beginning of the modern era of free trade and globalization. The progress is tangible, whether we look at photographs of cities such as Shanghai, Bangalore, and Nairobi, or we look at the statistics related to income, life expectancy, college education, home ownership, infrastructure, etc. However, the benefits have been unevenly distributed and formidable challenges remain. For example, about half the world's population live on less than $7 a day. 2 billion people lack access to safe drinking water. 700 million people have no access to electricity, and 2.6 billion people cannot afford a healthy diet. The solution is theoretically easy, but practically difficult, since there is a catch-22. Poor countries don't have the money to provide the essential infrastructure, and the countries remain poor because they don't have the essential infrastructure. The good news is that the underdeveloped countries can escape this trap. China, for example, is a paragon of this transformation. Before China, the Asian tigers provided the playbook that is centered around manufacturing, FDI, and exports. While the China model is hard for other countries to replicate, the fundamental secrets to development are not hard to understand. It's about holistic and incremental progress in a myriad of areas. Basic infrastructure such as electricity, roads, highways, and railways, schools and colleges to create a skilled workforce, modernization to increase productivity, sound monetary and fiscal policies, as well as the rule of law and a stable political environment. And all these must be done in a sustainable way. In order to manifest such a metamorphosis, the Global South countries need to help one another and pursue a vision of shared future and shared prosperity. SCO, Shanghai Cooperation Organization, is the perfect venue for such collaboration. The SCO summit a few days ago in Tianjin was a phenomenal success, and forums like this are wonderful ways for journalists and think tanks to explore new ideas. And in this journey of modernization, the Global South cannot depend too much on Western countries. Why? The West has forgotten its own history of development. In the late 19th century, for example, the US invested a tremendous amount of money on railways and canals, and the UK pioneered mass steel production. Fast forward to today, the US is shockingly abysmal in terms of infrastructure, and the UK has virtually no steel industry. The main driver of Western economies today is financial capitalism, which is not interested in long-term developmental projects. Why spend $1 trillion on bridges, schools, and hospitals when that money could be used for stock buybacks for much bigger and short-term profits? Thus, the Global South needs to be self-reliant in its development. This win-win philosophy is also pragmatic in an interconnected world of supply chains. And in this area of infrastructure development, China's Belt and Road Initiative is an exemplary project that addresses a vital imperative. President Xi Jinping has also described his ideas in the Global Development Initiative. Another reason for the intra-global South trade and the investment is diversification away from the US dollar, which is often weaponized through the unilateral and illegal sanctions. So, in other words, development means more sovereignty and strategic autonomy. In conclusion, the Global South represents many ancient civilizations and diverse societies with enormous collective wisdom. While the past couple of centuries were dominated by Western imperialism and colonialism, there is a new era of multipolarity that will be defined by the emergence and re-emergence of forgotten nations. And that's a positive trend for the world. Thank you.